Hello guys, welcome to all of you on my YouTube channel. This is Samadhan Kale. So guys, in this video, we are going to see the Python iterators. So as we have started this course, Python Basics guys. So this course will be ended in some or few lectures. So guys, it is at the end position. So guys, before starting video, if you are new to my channel and if you do not subscribe to my channel, please subscribe it guys and press the bell icon so that you will get the latest update of videos guys. Okay, and please guys like my video and share it also. So let us start the video guys. So we will see the Python iterators. So what is iterator? First we will see. Okay, this is the theoretical lectures. Okay, because this course is at the end position. Okay, there are some lectures are remaining and which are in theoretical. Okay, so Python iterators. What are the iterators? An iterator is an object that contains a countable number of values. Okay, so what is iterator? Iterator will be contain countable number of values. That means it has countable numbers. And an iterator is an object. Iterator is an object can be iterated upon, meaning, okay, iterator is an object and can be iterated upon. It means that you can traverse through all values. That means if you have a string, list or tuple, you can get each and every value by using the iterators guys. Okay, so technically in Python, iterator is an object which implements the iterator protocol and which consists of methods, two methods, iter and next method. Okay, iter for particular element that will be iterated and next for it will take the next element from that sequence. Okay, now we have to see the difference between iterator and iterable. So iterator versus iterable. So list, tuples, dictionaries and set are all iterable objects. Okay, these are all the iterable objects and they are iterable containers which we can or you can an iterator form. Okay, all these objects have a iter method and which is used to get an iterator. So we have given all these objects which have a iterator method, that is iter method, and which will use to get an iterator. That means suppose in a list there are 5 elements, you can take each and every element from that list. Okay, so list, tuples, dictionaries and set are the iterables. And what is iterator? A particular element from that list, tuple or dictionary, that is the iterator guys. Okay, so for example, return an iterator from a tuple and print each value. We have to return a iterator from a tuple and we have to print its each value. Okay guys, so I will use this t as a tuple. Okay, so t is my tuple guys. So in this tuple I will use the names of the fruits guys. Okay, apple, then banana, okay, then cherry, yes, cherry. These are my fruits. If you want to take, you can take next one also, that is lemon. So these are my fruits guys. Now I want each and every element from this tuple. So return an iterator from a tuple. I have to return a iterator from the tuple. So I will use this as my iterator. Okay, it for iterator guys. Okay, my iterator is equal to, there is a iter method guys. By using this iter method we can iterator, we can get or we can return an iterator from the tuple. So iter of tuple. Okay, iter of tuple. And if I give my it, then what will happen? Let us see. If I give my it, then what will happen? Let us see. It will give the type object is not iterable. Yes, it will give the type object is not iterable. Why? Because I have given the tuple. Okay, let's run it. So it will give me tuple iterator at this position is set. Okay. But I want each and every element. That's why I have to use the next method. So iter and next both will become when we use the iterator. Okay, guys. So I will print now. I want all these elements now. So I will print this next of okay t. Okay, next of my it, that is my iterator. That means it will take the next element of the iterator. Okay, again same thing I want to do. Okay, same thing I want to do. How many times? 1 2 3 4 times. Okay, 4 times, 3 times and 4 times. Let's run it. So I will get each and every element: apple, banana, cherry, lemon. If I take another time, then what will happen? It will give me error, stop iteration. That's why we have to see this one also, stop iteration. Okay, in the last topic we will see it. So for this I will cut it and let's run it. Now note, so it doesn't mean that we have taken tuple. Okay, now you can take it list also. Okay, so I will use the same code and I will give the list now. Okay, so in the next cell I will use it to the list. So I will give it as L is equal to, and then instead of the square brackets, I will give the round brackets. Okay. Sorry, instead of round brackets, I will use the square brackets. Okay. And instead of this T, I will use the L now. And the same thing will be happen. Okay. For similarly for dictionaries and sets, you can do it. So what is a dictionary, guys? Dictionary, if you want, you can take it. Let us see for the dictionary. So you have to give here D, and for the apple, you have to give the comma, then it's 1. Okay, then colon 1, then colon 2, that means it's the second fruit. Okay, then colon third fruit, and lastly it's colon fourth fruit. Okay, and I want to give here the D, and let's run it, guys. You will get each this is in a valid syntax. Yes, so we have to give the dictionary symbol. Yes, it's a dictionary symbol that we have to give. Okay, and then run it. So you will get apple, banana, cherry, and lemon again. Yes, you will not get this 1 2 3 and 4 guys. So for set, similarly, you can do it. That means remove this 1 2 3 4. Okay, so it's the thing. Now we have to note here. Even strings are iterable objects and can be written an iterable or iterator. That means, guys, it does not mean that list, tuple, strings, and sets and dictionaries. Sorry, sets and dictionaries are iterable. So string is also iterable. So how string is iterable? We will see by example. String are also iterable objects containing the sequence of characters. Okay. Suppose now I will use my string str is equal to, okay, str is my string, and I will give the string name as cherry, guys. Okay, cherry, and then I want to iterate this string. So I will use my iterate is equal to iter function that I am going to use. It's the inbuilt function in Python. So iter of str. Okay, guys. Then I will print. What I will print, guys? I will print this next of my it. Next of my it. I'm going to print it. Okay. And the same thing I have to do. How many times, guys? So how many times this cherry word comes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 times. Okay. So 1 time, then 2 times, 3, 4, and 5. Let's run it. So we'll get the cherry word as this single character CHE double R, and this Y is again So I have to use this. Okay, so you will get cherry. So this is the thing, guys. That means we can iterate over strings also. Now, looping through an iterator. We can use the looping through an iterator. We can also use the for loop to iterate through an iterable object. That means, guys, instead of this print function, we can use the for loop simply. Okay. So iterate the values of tuple. So we have to iterate the values of tuple. So I'm going to take this tuple as t is equal to, okay. Now I will use the tuples. Okay. Now I'm going to take the names of the student, Ram, then Sham, okay, then third one is Reena, and then I'm going to take Sita, okay, then I'm going to take Raj, okay, then Leena, okay. So these are my students, guys. Now I want to iterate it, na? So I will not use now the iter function, guys. Okay, I will use the for loop. So I will use for this name, okay, for name in T, for name in T or student in T, you can use it. Print name, okay, print name, and simply run it, guys. Simply run it. So it will be iterate. Let's see. Ram, Sham, Reena, Sita, Raj, and Leena. So we can iterate through and loop in this way also, guys. It's so very easy. Now, second one is iterate the character of string. Now we have to iterate the character of string by using the which function, sorry, by using the for loop, guys. Okay. Now I'm going to take yes is equal to, I'm going to take a string. I will take very big string. You can take it. So I will use Python and then programming. Okay. Programming. I'm going to take this string, and now I want to iterate through the for loop. So I will use for, so character, okay, for character in yes, I want to print the character. Okay, I want to print the character. Let's run it, guys. So we'll get the character Python, and after that you will get space also, and then programming also. So you can iterate through characters in this way. So this is the thing, guys. Now we have to note here what is the note, guys. The for loop actually creates an iterator object, and it will execute the next method for each loop. Okay, actually for loop, what for loop does, for loop creates an iterator object. It will create an iterator object, and it will execute the next method for each loop. Okay, for each loop it will create the next method. So next topic is, guys, create an iterator. Okay, so we can create our own iterator also. Yes, how to create an iterator? Let's see first the theory, and then we will go to the example, guys. So to create an object or class as an iterator, that means if the class is iterator, object is iterator, that means we have to implement the methods iter and next to your class or object. So as we have learned in Python, that is the classes and object chapter, all classes have functions called init. Okay, we have learned it already. That means all classes have init function, and which allows you to do some initializing when the object is being created. Suppose we want to create an object, so the init function initializes that object. So we have learned it. Then the iter method acts similarly. Iter method will be acted, and you can do operations, that means initializing and etc., but must always return an iterable object itself. And the next method also allows we to do operations and must return the next atom of the sequence, guys. Okay, so this is create an iterator. So we have to create the iterator, guys. So how we can create it? Let us see. Example. So create an iterator that returns a number starting with 1 and each sequence will increase by 1. So we have to create an iterator and this iterator will be start from 1 and it will return numbers and each sequence will increase by 1. That means we have to take iterator in this way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay guys. Now I will going to define a class, guys, because for defining the iterator or making own iterator, we have to define first class. Okay, so I will define the class of numbers, guys. Okay, I'm going to define the class of numbers. So in this class, I will use now the iter function. Okay, so I will define this underscore underscore iter double underscore, and in this you have to do the self parameter same. Instead of this init one, we are going to take the iter one. Okay, now this self dot a is equal to, I'm going to take the one, self dot a is equal to 1 and I have to return the self. Okay, so return self. Okay, then I'm going to define the another function. So def, now I will use the next function. Okay, as iter I have defined, now I will use the next function. So in this next function, self parameter is there. Yes, and I'm going to define x is equal to is self dot a. Okay, that means this iter self is stored into the x, and then the self dot a is increased by 1, that means plus equal to 1, guys. Okay, and then I want to return the value of x. So why this is taken, guys? Why x is taken? That means next method will be return the next value of the iterator. That's why I'm going to take the x here. I'm going to take the x here, and I have stored the self dot a as x, and then for increment the value of x, I have written the self dot a plus equal to 1. Okay, and then I will return the x, and if I run this, it will be run. Okay, that means the class is run. Now I will define, or I will store this as my class. Okay, so my class is equal to numbers. Okay, I will store this number class into the my class function. Let's run it, and now I will again use the my iter function. Okay, so my iter is equal to iter of, okay, iter of this my class. Okay, iter of my class. So then I want to print next of my iter. Okay, so print is next of my iter. Okay, and let's run it. So I will get the only one. Okay, and if I want up to the 5, 6, 7, I can give it in this way. And let's run it. So you can get this sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay guys, so in this way you can create your iterator. Yes, through the class. Okay guys, I hope all of you understood this one. Now the last topic of video, guys, that is the stop iteration. Okay, so the example above, we would continue forever if you had enough next statements. That means, suppose we have enough next statements, that means it is necessary to or it is a limit for the statements, then we have to use the stop iteration. Or if it was used in for loop to prevent an iteration. Suppose this above example, if we return in for loop, then what will happen? Then what will happen? Let us see. Let us see what will happen. I will use instead of this one. Okay, I will copy this one, and instead of this all these print functions, I will use the for loop. Okay, Control V I'm going to take, and then I will use the for. Okay, is for I in my iter. Okay, I in my iter. So guys, it will be continued. So I have to refresh it. Print I in the value of I. Okay, I have to refresh the kernel because it will be continued. Let's see what will happen. It will be continued. It will be continued. Yes, let us see. Let's see all these numbers. These numbers are continued. It will not stop, never stop. That's why we have to use the stop iteration. Okay. So guys, now I want to restart the kernel, and then I have to run all these. Okay. Now let's stop iteration. Okay, understood why we use the stop iteration. So to prevent the iteration to go on forever, we can use the stop iteration statement. And in the next method, we can add the terminating conditions to raise an error. Okay, for raising and stop iteration error, we have to add this condition into the next method. Okay, so let us see stop after the 20 iterations. Okay, we have to stop after the 20 iterations. Now I will copy the same code, guys. Which code? This one. Okay, class of numbers and all these things. I want to copy it, and I will paste it here now. Okay, now I will modify the code. That means I have to use this stop iteration error or stop iteration message into the next method, guys. Okay, now so here I will use if self dot a. Okay, the value of self dot a is less than or equal to 20. Yes, is less than equal to 20. Then what I have to do, guys? This one, x is equal to this self dot a and this all these things. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. This is this here. Okay, and then take this one. Okay, so I will return x, this one. And if it is not satisfied, that means it will greater than or 20. Yes, so then what will happen, guys? In the else part, I'm going to use this raise error. I will raise an error. Okay, so raise is a keyword, and which error you want to raise is stop iteration error. Okay, stop iteration. Yes, and let's run it. It will be run. Now I will store this my class is equal to the numbers. Okay, I'm going to store this numbers class into the my class, and then my iter. Okay, my iter is equal to iter of what? My class. Iter of my class. Okay, now I will use the for. So for is I in my iter. Okay, for I in my iter, I have to print the value of I. And if I run this, so I will get the values of I up to the 20 only. Okay. So not see, in this case, I get infinitely many values. Okay. But we have seen the iterable is or iterator is countable number. Infinite means it's uncountable. It's not countable. That's why we have to raise and stop iteration error. So here after the 20, the stop iteration error will be there, guys. Okay. I hope all of you understood the Python iterators here, guys. So thank you for watching the video.